Well, good morning everybody. Today is August 4th and we are getting back on trail. And August 4th means we've been off trail for quite a while. I think we were off trail almost 10 days, about twice as long as we originally planned. But a lot of crazy stuff happened, which I'll explain to you later. But before we get in the car and drive off, I want to wish my mother an early happy birthday. She'll be 84 here in about 10 days. And actually, Goldilocks, who's behind me where you can't see her with the sun washing her out. Goldilocks' 55th birthday will be coming up in how many days? The 15th, so not 11 days.
What?
Oh, 12.
I'm the 15th.
Oh yeah. Your birthday's the 12th, Mom's is the 15th. Today's the 4th. You guys can do the math. Okay. So this is my brother David back behind me.
Hello, YouTube.
You can tell he's a big Raiders fan. Show him that hat, Dave.
Hey, go Raiders.
Yeah, what? He's all about the Raiders. So David is driving us from Redding. Here we're in Northern California, just across the border into Oregon to mile 1717. And that's where we're going to get back on a trail and hike to Canada. So let's get going. Okay, well, we are officially about to get back on trail. Brother David drove us up here. We're just across the Oregon border, about, I don't know, 10 miles, 15 miles south of Ashland. And the PCT is just, I could throw a rock and hit it from here. So we've been off the trail for 10 days, and I think in that 10 days I gained 10 pounds of eating town food. So anxious to get back on there and start hiking again. And here we go again, part 2. Okay, we are officially back on trail, and after a 10-day layoff, I alluded to the fact that we were off trail far longer than we originally planned, and that was because, long story short, we had a tent mishap. We have our backpacking tent, the one we've been using the whole time, the Big Agnes Copper Spur 3-person tent. Zippers blew out on both doors, so we had no way to close up the tent against insect invaders. So to their credit, Big Agnes said send the tent back to us and we will repair it for free. But that was going to take a couple of weeks, so we needed a tent in the meantime. So we asked our daughter to send one of our spare tents from home, and oh boy. Let's just say what should have been a 2-day delivery turned out to take 6 days or 7 days before we finally got our tent. So that was the main reason for the long layoff. But you can see that I have a new hat. I'm not sure if I showed that to you already. Notice what it says on the front of it: Roadkill. That was a present from my daughter to replace my Do Epic Shit hat that got eaten up by a varmint. However, have no fear, that hat is part of the trail now. It's actually stuffed in the back of my pack, and it'll be a part of my regular rotation. I'm still going to wear it from time to time because, you know, I'm out here doing epic shit. So Oregon certainly looks a lot different than the trail where we got off at Tahoe. So I'm kind of anxious to see what the new terrain's going to look like, the new trail, everything. And biggest of all, I'm looking forward to maybe seeing some of the thru hikers that we haven't seen since maybe Kennedy Meadows, because we were at the back of the pack and everyone's in front of us. But now that we've skipped up, maybe we've caught up with a few of them, and maybe reunion time for some of the people that we've been hiking around for a while. Well, so far, Oregon is proving to be far more lush than the Northern California Sierras we left, and berries. These are thimble berries, which are quite edible, and hopefully as we get further along the trail, you can just see how lush the trail is here. It's just beautifully green. Just beautiful sight. A lot of shade too. It's a hot day. I'm sure it's in the 90s at the very least, but because of the shade, it's much more comfortable to hike in. But looking forward to seeing more berries as we get maybe higher up elevation. Started getting into some huckleberries, which are my favorites, but also blueberries, raspberries, any of the berries. So stay tuned for more fruit picking. Oh my God, it's the triple threat. It's a combination of off trail for 10 days, a brand new resupply for the next week, loading down my pack, and the temperature's got to be in at least the mid 90s, because holy cow, is it freaking hot in the sun. Oh, there is shade, but not enough of it.
Not here too.
Hey, Goldie, you sweating? Woo. It'll get better. We just stopped here at this little spring for a short break, snack break. There's a tiny little spring water coming out of there, but it was ice cold. It's a pretty spot. See a nice meadow right here. We actually considered camping here because there is a flat spot here for a tent, but it's only 4 p.m. so we'd like to do at least 2 or 3 more miles before we call it a day. Right now we're about a mile away from the place where we want to set up camp for the night, and we hiked about 5 hours, I guess, after my brother dropped us off. So only about a half a day, which actually really a good thing, because boy, I learned something important today. You know, boy, there's that sun again. It's always in the way. One, or 2 days off trail can be great to help you, god dang son, to help you recover and, you know, physically and mentally, and get out there and hit the trail again. More than 2 days, you actually start to lose conditioning. And Goldilocks and I were off trail for 10 days, and we're really feeling it. Not only did we lose conditioning, but we put back on some weight. You know, we were eating quite a bit, trying to pack on some calories to give us energy when we got back out here. But the problem with that is now we're fat. We're fatter than we were before we got off trail. So anyway, I know we're both going to be pretty darn sore tomorrow morning, but the good news is the country out here has just been absolutely gorgeous, just beautiful. Really loving this hike in this part of Oregon. The trail has been really nice. There have been some hills, ups and downs, but nothing bad. And the trail's been pretty smooth, so made for relatively easy walking. So all in all, very pleasant. Liking Oregon so far. Just can't wait to see what I can do in a couple of days after I got my hiking legs back, and we can really start seeing what kind of miles we're capable of. Well, this is camp for night number 1 back on the trail. There's a good look at our replacement tent. It's a Kelty 3-man tent, basically the same size and floor space as our big Agnes copper spur, but at almost double the weight. I mean, nothing against Kelty. The tent's actually very well made. Got heavy fabric, heavy zippers. It's just an overall, they used heavier components on it, but it's, you know, it's a good tent if you don't have to carry it on your back for all day long like Goldie did. But we got a pretty location here. There's a spring about 20-30 yards over that way that I'm going to go filter water at, and there's actually another pair of campers over here, thru-hikers I should say, not campers. Their names are Danger and Blaze, and we actually met them before when we were, I think, about 2 or 3 days out of Kennedy Meadows. They came upon the trail and passed us, talked to us a little bit, and well, they actually recognized us from our videos, so I was very flattered by that. So small world that we would run into them again way up here in Oregon. So there's my side of the tent, all my stuff piled up, but I'm getting ready to go down right now and filter some water so Goldilocks can make us dinner, and then it's going to be an early bedtime tonight. Right, Goldilocks?
Yes.
Yes, it is. Okay. So with that, good night, everybody. See you in the morning.